I'm thrilled to be here today with Bruno Herrmann and Kristina Podnar, who will be leading LocWorld's Global Toolbox session entitled Global Content Effectiveness, How to Lead Globally While Delivering Locally. Welcome, Bruno. Welcome, Kristina.
Thank you.
So I'd like to ask you a couple questions today about this exciting workshop that you'll be holding. The date for that is January 19th, and more information is available on the LocWorld website. My first question is, why is it necessary to measure global content effectiveness, and what are some of the challenges related to this that global companies face?
Well, it's necessary to measure global content effectiveness because it's all about customer experiences and user experiences. And, effectiveness from that perspective is easier to handle than just quality. Quality is very subjective. It is very intangible. And effectiveness has this benefit of being more tangible, more measurable. And this is very important because the more you measure global content effectiveness, the better you are going to deliver customer experiences around the world. And there are many challenges. Many people struggling with that. Many companies don't know where to go. They don't know where to start. They don't know who to work with or which technology to use. And actually, I would say that the main challenge is how to articulate global content effectiveness with, concepts like global readiness, like localization, like internationalization, like global customer experiences. And I think, it's really needed to bring all this together to create a truly global content effectiveness strategy.
And if I can add on to that, what I would say is, in the words of a former mentor of mine, you can't manage what you don't measure. And so it's critical to measure to understand where we are versus where we want to be. A lot of attention is always paid to the external aspect of content, but what we negate to think about are the people and the processes and the technology it takes to create that content. And so we really want to be paying attention to how that's getting done. Is it effective? Is it saving time and energy and costs? Have we actually standardized the practices where we can gain efficiencies, get content out faster, easier, in alignment with regulatory and legal challenges, and really get to the delightful user experiences that Bruno was talking about? And so when we start to measure, we start to understand not just what's coming out of the gate and what the user is seeing, but also the entire upstream process of what it takes to get that content out the door. And that's really the other aspect, if you will, or the other side of the coin, where a lot of things like these guardrails or policies that we talk about are really helpful. And so whenever you're sitting there and thinking content effectiveness, think about the whole ecosystem, because it's really the consumer facing piece. You want to do something that's delightful, but you also want to do it effectively, efficiently, and really within a certain risk profile for the organization that allows you to exploit and do the best with that content while minimizing your risk.
Great. Thank you very much. Both of you have presented previously at LocWorld Conference and also at Brand to Global Conference. And I know that the two of you have worked together. Can you tell us how do you plan to offer the workshop and what will be the format for this?
So I personally, I think, left out of my seat at the moment that somebody suggested that I could actually collaborate with Bruno, because I honestly feel like he's my kindred soul in this entire journey, if you will. Bruno very much, I think, is aware of the entire ecosystem, and he's obviously somebody who thinks in both macro ways, right? So understands the strategy, how do you actually do these things and get them done, but also has, I don't want to say the pain, but it truthfully is the pain of the experience of understanding the details and how to get it done. And so I know, Bruno, I have never asked you your age. We're probably similar in age. We've been through the trenches, not together, but in similar situations. And so I think what we're looking to do for this workshop is bring all of that experience together and talk about it really almost as a book with different chapters, to steal your analogy, Bruno, where we're going to go through what are the different chapters we see out there in the real world? What are the people, process, technology that it really takes to get each of those chapters right? And how do we put that all together so that it tells a cohesive story, and also just gives you some actionable things to take back to the office? Because that's really, at the end of the day, what it's all about. We don't want to claim we know it all, but we do have a few lines on our faces to show that we've been through that experience and can bring real life stories, how-tos, and even some failures to the workshop so that folks can learn from them.
To jump on that, sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say it's a perfect description. And I think that Kristina and myself, we have a lot of experience we can share. We are not going to share everything, of course. But also, I think that it's important for the people who are going to attend this workshop that we want them to leave the room, the virtual room, with as many takeaways as possible, so that they can, learn something, they can share something, but they can also go back to their organization and implement or at least suggest something as part of the global content effectiveness efforts.
Great. And in terms of the actionable takeaways as well, so will students have a chance hands-on during the workshop to ask you individual questions about the particular pain points or challenges that they are facing?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we like. Kristina and myself, we are really practitioners. We are leaders. So we want, of course, to interact with the people. We want to listen to what they have to say. It might be a question. It might be a comment. It might be just an experience that they had themselves. And we do want, of course, to use those comments, those questions, those experiences to really make the workshop even more interactive, but also even more focused on what global content effectiveness truly is. And there is a lot to say about global content effectiveness, but I think that this sort of, interactive mode is going to be not only appreciated by the people attending, but also it's going to enrich the content of the workshop itself. So as Kristina said, we have a lot to share. We could actually lead this workshop for days, and we're not going to do that. But actually, we also count on the active participation of the attendees. Yes, correct.
Great.
And you know what? Talking heads over Zoom or any other technology is never fun. And it's not fun for attendees, and it's not fun for Bruno and I. So we are looking for that interactiveness. And what Bruno doesn't know yet is I might actually offer a reward for Stump the Consultant questions, just so that we can have extra fun, Bruno. That's what I'm thinking. We'd love
Awesome.
it. We would welcome that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Yeah.
Well, this is great. And on behalf of Ulrich Hennis and Donna Parrish, we're just really excited to promote and produce this workshop with you. It's an area that LocWorld has addressed in the past, but is maybe something that we've always wanted to spend more time and give more attention to. And I can't imagine two better people to lead this workshop for us. So thank you both for your time today. I really appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you on January 19th.